And today marks the extraordinary beginning of a new era. My name is Jared, and today we shall yet again venture with extraordinary determination and courage into the fantastic world of the ant patch. And this time, while I don't think we'll be going into the refrigerator, we're going to go on another adventure known as the Quick Game. Yes, Mr. Tutorial Voice from episode 1, you have been relegated to the shadows. Praise the Lord. So I think I'm going to actually remain a little bit more silent during the music this time. I'm scared already. Apparently this is the moment where I find out that I can't actually write letters with this thing, unless I write in cursive. It can make beautiful patterns, however. Or not. Hello? Don't worry, the commentary is coming. It's just I find it a little bit difficult to compete with this music. Okay, now very interestingly, a fun fact about that is that when I was a child, keep in mind I was first exposed to this game in the early 90s, that sometimes I would actually go to the piano and I would actually play a piano rendition of that theme song on the piano. And apparently my siblings were never a big fan of my rendition of it. One thing you probably didn't actually know about me is that I actually have muscle memory perfect pitch. And so while I'm probably not as good as, let's say, Sergei Rachmaninoff was during his life at actually playing piano pieces after hearing them one time, I can actually do that. So as a result, hey, if you have any requests, maybe I could start a Jared Gimbel Music spin-off channel. So in the meantime, let us continue with amassing food. I apologize for the fact that I was in extraordinary competition with the fantastic orchestra. The MIDI orchestra is one of the greatest inventions of mankind, in my opinion. Okay, I was joking about that, but interestingly, I think it has extraordinary charm that I think actually serves to be a heartstring puller for many people who came of age during that time. And so, extraordinary visions of conquest will not be realized by you. So, I think one thing to do is to just simply continue gathering more food, and then after enough expansion, we will soon find a way to claim victory with extraordinary, what's the word? Flair and brilliance. Fantastic. Okay. Now, an interesting thing, one reason why I didn't play this game very much as a child is because I was actually very frightened by the spider. And apparently if you get eaten by the spider, you'll actually see a cutscene that actually was genuinely frightening to me as a child and actually gave me more than one nightmare. It's very interesting to actually really think about the fact that as a young child, I actually thought that you could do things in this game that would actually permanently jeopardize the future playthroughs of the game. That is to say that perhaps maybe if you, I don't exactly know, died enough times, then the computer programmers would shut the game out from you forever or something like that. I don't know. You have a very interesting view of the world when you're younger, and you have an even more interesting view of the world if you're an ant. Okay. Now, I wonder what sort of expansion would help. Okay. My understanding is that I actually am putting a lot of these green spheres that I should be attempting world conquest with significantly farther away from the Queen. So, I think this would actually be helpful. Okay. Here you are. Debris agalo. Okay. So, moving right on. Okay. The evil lawnmower has sucked you into its giant whirling blades. Your body is reduced to within sight. So this is like about the equivalent of spontaneous combustion. Death from above. And very interestingly, I think the spider seems to have died also from the lawnmower. Interestingly enough, I think that's actually really an extraordinary lesson as to the fragility of life, and knowing that perhaps there always is some variety of higher power that can actually take everything from you when you least expect it. So I think it was actually a well-known Russian rock star that actually said, this morning it's, how do I put it, this morning it's see you later dearie, and in the evening it's goodbye forever. I think his name was Viktor Tsoi, if I recall correctly. Grupa Kino, very well known among Russian speakers. I know you've probably come here to actually watch me play a game rather than actually have intellectual discussions about life, the universe, and everything. But if you are actually looking forward to gameplay without the intellectual discussions, I heartily recommend dozens, if not in fact millions of other channels from which that is possible. Okay. This is another thing to be slightly afraid of. The fact is that if you dig your colony a little bit too deeply, then apparently you can encounter the water. So let's go ahead and do the sleeping dragon thing and venture into the deep. Maybe there is actually profit to be found in the water. My health is critical, I must eat. Okay, uh-oh. Okay, watch me starve. Hello. Thank you. Praise the Lord. Okay. I wonder what's actually happening down there. What have I done? What sort of cruelties have I wrought by virtue of just simply seeing what would happen? Oh, God, why are we bringing the... I didn't mean for you to do that. Well, I guess this is what happens when my curiosity gets the better of me. Okay. So I think that I have developed a large enough colony and have probably talked way too much, and I think it's time for me to put an end to this once and for all by ensuring our dominance over the patch. So, into the great unknown. Okay, I would like to be a soldier, if it pleases you. Okay, so let's head over here, and now let's do the exchange. Okay, which one looks particularly strong? Aha! Very good. Okay, now I will need an army. Very inspiring indeed. And henceforth into enemy territory. Okay, what shall happen now? I seem to have won again. What were you expecting, a Hollywood movie? Well, in any case, thanks in part to the fact that there was no tutorial voice, I would have to say that this episode was significantly shorter. And so, as a result, I know that sometimes shorter is better. And until the next time in which we venture into the refrigerator and into human territory, this is Jared telling you that no matter what it is, you can assert conquest over the annoying things in life, such as music that interrupts you. Bye-bye. See you next time.